Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining today's OnBoard limited release training for medical suppliers.
To start things off, we will provide a quick recap of OnBoard and what the Phase 1 release will include. Next, we'll provide a quick overview of registration and administration information for OnBoard. Then, we'll dive into the specifics of using OnBoard limited release, including how to access the system, roles, how to submit a request for decision on unpaid medical bills, Form HP 1.0, and training resources. We'll end with providing you with the location of where OnBoard training resources reside. Request for decision on unpaid medical bills, Form HP 1.0 submissions will be done in OnBoard. Medical suppliers will only be able to submit Form HP 1.0s in the system. The rest of this process will be the same as it is today outside of OnBoard. We will detail the instruction of Form HP 1.0 submissions in this webinar. March 7th, 2022 will launch the use of OnBoard for the submission of Form HP 1.0. If you are not an acupuncturist, chiropractor, licensed clinical social worker, physician, physician assistant, nurse practitioner, podiatrist, psychologist, physical therapist, occupational therapist, dentist, audiologist, or optometrist, and you need to submit Form HP 1.0 on behalf of your organization, you will register as a medical supplier. If you are submitting on behalf of an individual healthcare provider, you should have that provider add you as a delegated user if they have not done so already. Visit the medical portal web pages for medical supplier registration and OnBoard administration information. Medical suppliers can assign delegates to draft and submit Form HP 1.0s. If working on behalf of a healthcare provider registered for the medical portal, speak with the provider to become a billing delegate on their behalf. View administration instructions on the medical portal webpage for complete delegate instructions. Before we dive into the system, we'll provide a quick recap of the supplier roles within the system. Online administrators are required to create and keep designated contact and user information current. There must be at least one online administrator. More than one is recommended. The online administrator uses their medical portal login credentials to access the medical supplier administration application. They add and modify users and billing delegates, and add or remove other online administrators. A billing delegate is an OnBoard user assigned by the online administrator. The billing delegate drafts and submits Form HP 1.0 for the medical supplier. If the medical supplier uses a billing agent to submit medical bills, the medical supplier's online administrator will need to set up user accounts for any employee of the billing agent who will submit HP 1.0s. Medical suppliers can designate multiple delegates on their behalf. Let's begin by showing how to access OnBoard limited release from the board's website. OnBoard limited release is accessed through the board's medical portal. If you're not registered for the medical portal, view the administration information for medical suppliers on the medical portal web pages. In the teal bar at the top of the board's website, locate the Online Services drop-down list on the right. Select the down arrow to display the list of services and select Medical Portal, then select Login. Enter your medical portal ny.gov ID username and password to enter the medical portal. An OnBoard logo is displayed next to Request for Decision on Unpaid Medical Bills, Form HP 1.0. This link will take you to the OnBoard dashboard. We'll start with a quick overview of the initial sections of your dashboard, like what you will see first, how to see account information, and navigating the dashboard before diving into the HP 1.0 process. The medical supplier dashboard will have draft e-forms and submitted e-forms tabs to view drafted and submitted requests for decision on unpaid medical bills, Form HP 1.0. My dashboard will take you back to this home screen. The My Downloads menu link lets you view documents that were downloaded in the last 24 hours. Use the My Profile drop-down menu to select either My Account, My Organizations, or Log Out. Selecting My Account will allow you to add or edit your phone number. You will not be able to edit the username or email address here. Changes to a username or user email address needs to be done in the Medical Portal Administration application by the online user administrator. Although medical suppliers will see options to receive notification preferences, OnBoard Limited Release will not send medical suppliers notification for Form HP 1.0 submissions. My Organizations will show each organization with which you are associated. The organization's type, name, and start date are listed, as well as your role with the organization. Select the name of the organization. Additional details will be displayed about the organization. Selecting Log Out will log you out of your account. This will only exit the OnBoard application. You will not log out of the medical portal. Anytime you exit the OnBoard system, please use the Log Out button. If you have completed your medical portal session, it is highly recommended that you log out of the medical portal and then close out of your browser entirely to ensure you have signed out. If multiple users are using the same PC, this is recommended between each user's session prior to the next user signing in. Next, we'll provide instruction for medical suppliers on how to submit a request for decision on unpaid medical bills, Form HP 1.0, within OnBoard Limited Release. From your OnBoard dashboard, select the Submit a Request button on the top right and select Decision on Unpaid Medical Bill, HP 1.0. For a request for decision on unpaid medical bills, Form HP 1.0, to be processed, it must first be matched with a claim within the system. To begin, enter the WCB case number or the claim administrator claim number. The claim admin claim number is the same number as the carrier case number. Next, enter the information for two of the following four fields: date of injury, last four of Social Security number, date of birth, patient last name. Then select Search for Claim. When a matching claim is found, the search result will appear. You may continue with your request. After conducting the claim search and matching to a claim in the system, identify the medical supplier for whom the request is being submitted. If a delegate can submit for more than one medical supplier or provider, they will select that here. If there's only one, the medical supplier name will default to that name. Select the Provider/Supplier button to continue. Next, medical suppliers need to enter their phone number, email, and billing address if it is different than the mailing address. Once selected, select the Form C-8.4 button. The receipt of notice of refusal to pay all or a portion of a bill due to valuation objections, Form C-8.4 from the claim administrator, determines if your submission is timely and determines how it will be resolved. Next, you will complete Form C-8.4 if applicable. Enter the medical bill submission date and indicate whether you received Form C-8.4 from the claim administrator. If you have, select yes and enter the date the claim administrator issued the valuation objection. Otherwise, select no. Select the Form C-8.1 to continue. Inpatient, outpatient hospitals will see this screen. Others will go directly to the next step. The receipt of notice of treatment issue, disputed bill, Form C-8.1, from the claim administrator determines if your Form HP 1.0 submission is timely and if it can be submitted. If you have not received Form C-8.1, select no. If you have received Form C-8.1 from the claim administrator, select yes, and then enter the legal objection date issued by the claim administrator. Indicate if you received a notice of decision, Form EC-23 or PD-NSL, resolving the legal objection that was not appealed or objected to by any party, and if you did, whether it was resolved in your favor. If it was resolved in your favor, enter the filing date of the notice of decision. This can be found in the lower right-hand corner of the decision. Medical suppliers other than inpatient and outpatient hospitals do not need to complete Form C-8.1 information and can proceed to the medical bill screen. Select the medical bill button to continue. Complete the information for the medical bill. Select Documents to continue. For inpatient and outpatient hospitals, if you are submitting Form HP 1.0 due to receiving Form C-8.4, you are required to upload a copy of the medical bill and Form C-8.4. If there are multiple medical bills, the additional bills can be uploaded in the Upload Additional Documents section. If you are submitting Form HP 1.0 due to receiving Form C-8.1, you are required to upload a copy of the medical bill. You may upload additional documents if necessary in the Upload Additional Documents section. Medical suppliers other than inpatient and outpatient hospitals are required to upload a copy of the medical bill. You may upload additional documents if necessary in the Upload Additional Documents section. The recommended document format is PDF, but other acceptable formats include text, spreadsheet, and images. Non-PDF files will be converted to a PDF format. Lastly, the maximum combined total for all uploaded documents is 30 megabytes. Select the Upload button where applicable. Select Browse to locate the document on your computer, and then enter a description of the document. Select the Upload button to upload the document. Once uploaded, you will see the file name, type, and description. If your document description needs to be edited, select Update Description. You can also remove the document if needed. Select the checkbox next to the affirmation to affirm that 1. The attached medical bills was submitted to the responsible insurer, self-insured employer, for payment, and 2, proper payment in accordance with the applicable fee schedule has not been received, and 3, you will abide by the New York State Workers' Compensation Board's decision. Before submitting, you can preview your Form HP 1.0 as a document. Select Preview to display the PDF form. After selecting Submit, you will see a confirmation page with the e-form details. You can print, download, or view the completed form. On your OnBoard dashboard, your submitted form will appear in the Submitted e-Forms tab. The board has developed a training webpage for medical suppliers. Please see the OnBoard webpage for more information. The medical suppliers section of the board's website have user areas that provide links to the OnBoard overview, which contain high-level information about OnBoard and OnBoard limited release, and a training page that has detailed instructions of all the tasks performed in OnBoard. Other resources are also provided, including registration instructions, past webinar recordings, and more. To view the detailed instructions covered in this webinar, the training web pages will provide you with various links as needed, including accessing OnBoard, a dashboard overview, generated documents, claim search, and Form HP 1.0 instructions. Shown here is an example of the HP 1.0 training page. This page will take you through every step of submitting Form HP 1.0. For questions or more information, you can send general OnBoard questions to onboard@wcb.ny.gov. For other questions, contact customer service at 877-632-4996. We will be sending OnBoard-related emails through WCB notifications, so make sure to subscribe. Lastly, we encourage you to visit the instructions created at wcb.ny.gov/onboard. These instructions dive into all aspects of OnBoard limited release. Thank you again for joining today's webinar.